Hello, this is Mr. Sparks, and this lesson is on how to add your comments to your web page. So I've got a few comments here. We've done a few in the past, and you'll notice that if you do this in your HTML, the way you do a comment is you'll have I guess a greater than symbol is what you would call it, and then a exclamation point, and then two dashes, and then anything after that, either in Notepad++ or there's actually the Chrome extension that if you're not able to use that, we'll show you how to use that Caret program, which actually is part of a Google app. So if you want to, you can use that one as well, and I'll kind of show you that one. Once you get it installed, it should look under Google. Let's see if I can find Chrome apps right here. It'll be this little Caret right here. It should be open up for everybody now, and basically it will look like this right here. And so this document, and let me close this one out and open up the one for this class. So we will go here. This is our online site for online students, and we'll open that up, and you notice that it looks pretty similar works just the same way as the Notepad++ that you see here. So it's all color coded. This one works offline as well. So we'll just kind of go from here, and I'll do it in this one. But you would do this exactly the same whether you're using the Notepad++ or the Caret option. And if you're not sure how to get your code to look like this in here, you can open it up in either one. To change your language is you would go down here to the bottom, and if you click right here, it gives you all the different languages you can choose from. So we're going to make sure it says HTML, and that will color code everything. So I've got some comments up here in our ordered list, or the OL tag, and when you're making comments are pretty much just like a conversation. Is you want to just explain it in normal language so that you could understand it. So if you go back yourself and look at your code, this is what it will remind you what this is, or if someone else were to look at your code, they would understand what this section is actually doing. So it's very common in all forms of programming, and this is the way that you would do it in HTML. And these little programs here, color code them. That's why I wanted you to use them, is so that you would understand that comments are in green color, so that makes it a little easier to understand if you're doing it correctly. So here, this OL tag, I just put a comment there, and you make sure you put a little space right there. It says this ordered list will start, and I got that misspelled, WITH, with 1 and continue numerical order for each list item. And that would kind of just give us an idea of what this code actually does. And in here, where we have a start tag of 4, it says this ordered list will start with 4 and continue. So you can copy and paste these as well, just like you can for anything else. So anytime you can copy and paste and just change a few things, I encourage you to do that. That'll make things a whole lot easier for you. And here it says using the type command, and the A character will give you capital letters, and in here it will give you lowercase letters, as you can see here. In this one here, we're using Roman numerals. So if I just kind of take my comment here and just kind of go across, Control C to copy it, and go down here and Control V to paste it, I'm going to say using the type command, and this would be a capital I, which would represent your Roman numeral, large Roman numerals. We'll use So just tell it that using the type command and the I character will use Roman numerals instead of numbers. Okay? So just self-explanatory. So I'm going to copy that again, because down here I'm using a lowercase I, which will give me a lowercase Roman numeral. So maybe we should go here. We use uppercase Roman numerals. And we can say here this will use lowercase. And go over here and make sure I change this here. Just like that. And that's pretty much what you need to do when you're doing comments, and this will just kind of comment. You could actually do this above this section, or you can do it in the line where we're doing it right here. When you get down here to unordered lists here, this UL tag, I'm going to add a comment. So my less than symbol, that 2 dashes, and you'll notice that now it automatically changes it to green, and everything else turns green until I close it. So a good habit might be to just go over here and close it, and then everything else will go, and you can go back in the middle here. So I'm going to say this code will create an unordered list and use bullet symbols Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory there. Use bullet symbols instead. So we'll get into a little bit later how to actually change these as well. So one of our future lessons, we may go back in and we'll style these a little differently for that. So and then this just shows a sub list and it would sublist it in. And so we can maybe make a little comment here and say you can nest unordered lists inside of each other, just like an ordered list. Okay, and so that kind of takes care of commenting that out, and you don't really need to put any more comments unless you just want to, but we'll go down here to the tables, and we'll just say here, comment this, that this tag is used to create a table. Okay, and we can just kind of tell here what TR means. So good idea to just do this. You say the TR tag, well, let's just say this tag. This tag will create a table row. Okay, and I'm going to copy this here so I don't have to type all this every time. Control C, and I'm going to go here to the TH. I'm going to comment that out. I'm going to say this tag will create a header row. And I'll make a little bit better explanation. TH is for a header row, which will bold the text. Okay. And so that's what TH does, and we'll close in this row. So you always, each row in a table, you'll do one set of tags for each one. Now you can copy and paste these if you want to. This here gives me heading 1, column 1. This will actually create 2 columns. So TD down here, so let's just go down here to TD. We'll comment this out and say this tag will create a table row. Let's go, a table data. We'll see create table data. Which will be displayed as normal text. Okay, so that's pretty much all you really need to do. You can copy and paste these on down if you wanted to, but these comments up here in this area here would be fine, and you can maybe go down here if you wanted to, and I'm just going to go Control V, go back in here and just say this tag will end the, I can spell, end the table. Okay, and pretty much that's kind of how you want to do comments. Anywhere you think you might need a comment, it's always a good idea to add those. Here, well, we can do one right here where it says table showing column row spanning. So this right here would be a good place. So let's go ahead and comment these last two here before we stop. Said the span and a value will span across specified number of columns. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And right here on the row span, we'll comment that out. We'll just say the row span and a value will span across a specified number of rows. Okay, and that's pretty much how you comment your code out. Is just remember, start with your start comment. We'll start with the left less than symbol, and then a exclamation point, 2 dashes, and then inside of that, make sure you leave a little space there. Inside of that will be all your commented text, and you will close it out with 2 dashes and do greater than symbol. So that's how you create comments. It should turn green here in either in this Caret program, or if you are using Notepad++, you'll notice it does it in green here as well. So either program works great, and your end result, you won't really notice any difference in your page with just comments other than in your source code. So if we were to pull this up here and look at our source code, if we were to save this, so let's go ahead and save this, and we'll pull this back up, and we will refresh the page. And if we right click in here and look at the page source, is we can see all of our comments are listed here in our page source, just like it is in our document here. So that's how you can kind of double check yourself. Just look in there. You can right click and look at your source code of your page, and you should see all of your code listed here. So that'll do it for this lesson. When you get this done, just make sure you return in your index file to your assignment, and we'll move on to the next one.